Still hate your ex? Good. That burning, injustice-fueled, middle-of-the-night anger? It's not a sign you're broken, or that you're failing to move on. Honestly, it's the most important clue you have. It's actually the key to your freedom. But here's the secret that almost nobody gets right. You're using that key to keep the door locked from the inside. You see, the problem isn't that you feel the anger. The problem is what your brain is doing with that anger, running the same old story on a loop, hoping for a different ending that will never come. So, what if I told you there's a way to hijack that process? To take that obsessive looping energy and use it to perform a kind of psychological surgery on yourself, one that finally closes the wound for good. Today, I'm going to show you a weirdly powerful psychology trick that harnesses that anger to finally, and I mean for real, close the book on them. This isn't about positive vibes only or pretending it didn't hurt. No, this is about taking the very poison they left inside you and turning it into the antidote. I'm a psychologist, and I've seen this one technique work when years of just trying to forget have failed. So let's dive into why your brain is so stubbornly, infuriatingly obsessed with them in the first place. Here's what's really going on. Your brain absolutely hates unfinished business. There's a powerful psychological principle called the Zeigarnik effect, which shows that our brains remember uncompleted tasks and narratives way more intensely than completed ones. A breakup is the ultimate uncompleted task. It's a story that ended mid-sentence. You had plans, you had a shared future, you had a narrative, and then, poof, it was just gone. All those unresolved arguments, the things you wish you'd said, the questions you never got answers to. Your brain sees all of that as a critical, unfinished job. So that hate, that anger, it's your brain's clumsy way of keeping the file open. It's like a giant, blinking red sticky note on your consciousness screaming, warning, narrative unresolved, do not archive. It forces you to replay conversations, to stalk their social media, to dissect every moment, because it's desperately trying to find a way to complete the task and close the loop. Sounds pretty clinical, doesn't it? But think of it this way. It's just your brain's ancient, survival-focused software trying to protect you. It's yelling, "Hey, we didn't get closure here. We didn't understand why this failed. Don't let this happen again." The anger is the fuel it uses to keep the investigation going. But the investigation never ends. You just keep burning fuel, going in circles. So, how do we mark the task as complete? How do we tell the brain, "Hey, it's okay, we're done here. You can shut this file now"? You can't just tell yourself to stop thinking about them. That's like telling yourself not to think of a pink elephant. You need to perform a ritual, a closing ceremony for your brain. And here's how you do it. This process has two parts, and you have to do them in order. The first part is the purge. The second part is the verdict. For the first part, you're going to write what I call the unsent letter of pure venom. Get a pen and paper, not a computer. The physical act is critical. And for 30 minutes, you are going to write down every single awful, petty, angry, hateful thing you can think of about them in the breakup. Do not hold back. Do not be mature. Do not be the bigger person. This is not for them. This is for you. Write about how they chewed too loud, how they left their stupid coffee mug on the nightstand. Write about the time they made that snide comment about your friend that you never forgot. Write about how they made you feel small, or ignored, or foolish. Let all the raw, unfiltered poison out onto that page. I hate that you made me love that stupid TV show and now I can't watch it. I hate the way you acted like my ambitions were cute. Fill pages with it. If you start crying, good. If you feel your hands shaking with anger, even better. You are draining the wound. You are finally letting the brain empty its unresolved folder. This is you giving yourself the closure you never got. When you're done, you do not reread it. Not yet. You fold it up, and you put it away for at least 24 hours. Now, during that time, you do something else. You deshrine them. Your brain also takes cues from your physical environment. If you still have their hoodie, their picture on your phone, their gifts on your shelf, your brain is getting constant signals that this person is still relevant. It's like trying to quit sugar while living in a candy store. So you go on a mission. You box up everything that is physically theirs. You don't have to throw it away yet, just get it out of sight. And you do a digital cleanse. Unfollow. Mute. Delete the photos from your main camera roll. You are sending a clear, undeniable signal to your brain. This person is no longer part of our current operating system. Okay, it's been a day. You've purged. You've cleansed. Now for the second, and most important part, the verdict. You're going to write a second letter, but this one is different. This one is for you, the newly appointed judge of your own past. On a fresh piece of paper, you write a calm, objective summary of the relationship. Like a historian, acknowledge what was good. Yes, there were good parts, and it's important your brain hears you admit that. Otherwise, it will fight you. The trip we took to the coast was genuinely happy. I learned that I love hiking because of them. Then you state, without the venom of the first letter, why it ended. What were the fundamental incompatibilities? Our values around family were different. They were unable to provide the emotional support I needed. I compromised my own needs to keep the peace. You're not making excuses for them. You are simply stating the facts of the case. And then you end with the most crucial part of all. You write down what you learned and what you are taking with you. From this, I learned that I need a partner who communicates directly. I learned that I am more resilient than I ever thought. I am taking with me a better understanding of my own boundaries. This second letter is you. It's your conscious mind, your higher self, speaking directly to your primitive brain and saying, I have reviewed the case. The investigation is over. Here is the final report. Task complete. Check this out. I had a client. Let's call her Sarah. She was 1.5 years out from a brutal breakup with a guy named Leo, and she was still a wreck. She was doing everything you can imagine, checking his Instagram, his new girlfriend's Instagram, their dog's Instagram. She was stuck. She felt this deep, simmering rage because he had just moved on so easily, while she was left in the rubble. So I had her do this exercise. She told me later that writing the first letter was one of the ugliest, but most liberating experiences of her life. She filled 4 pages, front and back, with everything from profound betrayals to the fact that he used her expensive shampoo. I'll never forget what she told me when she came in the next week. She had just finished the second letter. She said, I wrote the first letter and I just felt exhausted. Then I put it away. The next night, I sat down to write the second one, and I realized something insane. Reading my own calm words, we wanted different things from life. It was like, that was the real truth. The anger was just the noise. Then she did the final step. She took both letters to a little fire pit in her backyard. She read the venomous letter one last time, as a farewell. Then she read the second letter, the verdict, aloud to herself, and she burned them both. She told me, watching that paper turn to ash, it wasn't some huge, dramatic movie moment. It was quiet. And for the first time in 18 months, the hamster wheel in my brain just stopped. It wasn't that I suddenly loved him or forgave him. It was that he just wasn't important anymore. The space he was taking up in my head, it just felt empty. And then I realized it wasn't empty. It was mine again. What Sarah experienced wasn't magic. It was the Zeigarnik effect being satisfied. She gave her brain a beginning, a middle, and a definitive end. The fire was the ceremonial stamp that said case closed. Her brain could finally, peacefully archive the file. So look, getting over someone isn't about erasing them. It's about refiling them. It's about moving them from the urgent, open case folder that sits on your mental desktop to the archived, lesson learned folder in the basement. It's not about forgiveness. It's about your freedom. The freedom to reclaim your own mental real estate. Tonight, try just one thing. You don't have to do this whole process right away. Just grab a pen and paper and write one sentence. The one angry, petty, forbidden thing you never got to say. Just get it out of your body and onto the paper. That's it. That's the first step to taking the key back. That anger you feel, it's not a life sentence. It's just energy. And right now, it's all pointed at the past. By doing this, you're not getting rid of the energy. You're just turning around and pointing all of that power back where it belongs, towards yourself and towards whatever comes next.